se juntaban los amigos a discutir la situación. parte de la boca. Y a la boca va. Esta boca llena de colores. Desde la última vez en que nos vimos, no me queda otra cosa que el recuerdo de ese bandoneón.
You gotta set your head a little higher so that, the girls can see your eyes.
No. I'm trying to get into my bangs.
Okay.
Like I'm trying to, split my bangs.
Get into it, dear.
Right. Get into
into
all
it.
this hair swing, all this
Right.
blue natural, purple.
Right. Don't you just love
purple
it?
plastic
What?
lilac.
What?
Love.
What?
And I got a side split. What?
Right. What? You look exactly.
What?
Look, you gays
Come
are
on,
so
that's like
creative.
what? A side split, and then if
Look
I
at
do
that.
up and get a little bun up in it, so y'all ain't
Right.
ready. You see the one piece hanging down, the two piece. Listen, y'all ain't ready.
Right.
Listen, you go,
And
and
get
wait,
that one piece.
and a side ponytail.
Right.
Just get the side ponytail.
And then
Just
you
get
turn
all
your head.
into it.
What?
Right. Like,
What?
What you say?
What? Oh no, you did.
What? Where you at?
So this is
What's
what happened
going on?
last time. Is that the piece that it started to fall out. So then I gotta.
Good evening. Good evening. Oh, wait.
Now I'm showing the magic.
y'all can't see-
You
y'all can't
show
see the magic. Y'all
Can't see the magic. Can't see the magic.
Can't see the magic.
Can't see the magic. That's
Can't see the
happening.
magic. Mm-mm,
Okay.
can't see the magic.
There we go.
We good? Okay, we
There
good.
we go. Now I can't keep shifting too much.
That's all right.
Gotta
That's
keep
all
it
right.
together.
That's all right.
There we go.
Hey, Cortland.
Hey everybody.
Hey, Midas. What's going on?
Good evening and welcome.
Good evening. Good evening.
I feel like this is like Dreamgirls when you like just turn it to the side.
Turn around to the back. Turn around to the back.
There you go.
Get it all together.
Yes.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to episode number
83
of the BGKH show
Yes.
with Dominion and Epic.
Yes.
And we are here with you this evening on Vox Power or VoxWave.com, and we are actually actually one of the sponsors of the Wet Pocketbooks
They are.
Mexican Riviera tour.
Yes.
We've come back into the studios, into the States, and so
We're making a comeback.
Yeah, we're making a comeback. I mean, we just had we had our stateside debut.
Yes.
I'm sorry, reintroduction, if you will.
A re-debut.
Right, a
re-debut.
re-debut. Up in we was in Baltimore.
We were in Baltimore.
We was in Baltimore at the world famous, internationally known Night Shift Stripper Club.
Yes.
That's where we were. That's where we
Say
made our
that
debut.
was a stripper club.
Listen,
but I got life. I was like, I walked in. I was like, okay, they got multiple stripper poles.
and ones that spin. Come on,
Yes,
somebody.
and then of course in the back, in the dressing room,
Yes, yes.
they had the little dressing tables lined up, and immediately, you know what came to mind? Everybody out the motherfucking dressing room right now.
It was like,
It was literally
listen.
giving that.
but it was
And
amazing.
then there's just like the little dressing table has the little lights around the corner, but each station had like 5 different kinds of lights. Some of the lights were like daylight, some were like, soft yellow.
and some of them had burnt hair pieces and extensions.
Oh, it was a lot
melted
going on.
them. Yeah, it was a lot going on. But you know what? Listen, we made it work.
God bless it.
Yeah, God bless it.
And,
It was
we,
good for us.
Bob Mackey made our gowns
Listen.
and our headpieces.
Listen.
No, actually, no, this wasn't Bob Mackey. This was Les Chapelles Weld.
Listen, they were designed by Dominion Epic, brought to life by the artistry of Les Chapelles.
Dejanay LeConte.
Dejanay LeConte, yes.
Yes.
So, listen, and, of
The
course.
House of LeConte.
Right, but of course, all this extra hair is kind of what we do. That's what we do, at the side. That's
Right.
what we do.
And you could do it. You could give it a number of looks.
Right.
You could do it all to the front.
Right.
You
Right now,
know.
I'm giving a side piece because I'm
Right.
feeling
You
a little,
could- You could, give it a little.
But then, you got to get, when you turn around and get the girls together, you want to turn around and be like, what you say?
Bitch, what? Because good hair will move with you.
What?
It's
Who,
supposed
where?
to. The hair is supposed
What?
to move like independently.
What? Who,
You
what,
know-
where?
What?
What?
And then if
I
they get to going, you just take the whole shit off
Like,
and be like,
listen, let me,
let's not, don't start none.
Stante LeConte.
Won't be none.
So,
Oh
it
yeah, so we
is-
do. Where is that on the schedule? Because I don't never read this shit before.
well, no,
ahead of
it
time.
is. We can talk about that because we have a whole bunch of stuff that's on here as well.
Okay, well we'll get to that in a minute.
can
So
check
how was
that
your
out.
week?
My week was good. I took some extra time off. You know, my good job is making me take some extra time off. Thank you, good job, for making me take this extra time off. And it's kind of deserved in that it's my vacation time that I've already earned,
Yes.
but I'm having to take it at different times. But that's fine because it was extra days. But it was it's been a good week. Today was even a good day. It was going to be an easy day. And then the nonsense started for just like maybe 1 hour of my day kind of turned a little sour. I got some family text messages and all that type of stuff. But
What do they want?
We handled it. Listen, I don't really know, but I pretty much will give the standard, hey, how you doing? I'm good. I'm good. How are you? Like that's just all I can give you. I can't give you much of anything else.
Because you know what my response would be. Fuck y'all. Except for grandma.
Well,
Grandma will be like, "Hey, grandma, how's it going? It's good to talk to you."
Yeah.
Well, baby, why won't hear from you anymore? Because grandma, I don't fuck with none of your sons and daughters.
Listen, and that's when I had this conversation with her on the way home. That's literally, paraphrasing.
Probably you
what
didn't
she
say fuck.
said. Well, no, I didn't say that. Well, not
It
that
was
she
the
would've
same.
cared,
It's the
'cause she
same.
would've,
Isn't she the one that came up with dry pussy and
Exactly. I was gonna say not that she wouldn't
a
have
dry?
cared.
What is a dry pocketbook and a wet pussy?
Exactly.
Hence
So
the genesis of the wet pocketbooks.
I'm living a dream. Listen.
Right.
So, but yeah.
So do
I
we
had
owe
a
her some royalties?
I think she's good.
Okay.
I think she's good. Because everybody, all of them are so rich.
No, of course.
Yeah, all of them are so rich.
Yeah.
But anyway, I chitty chatted with her for a minute, and she literally said that she's like, "Well, I haven't really heard your voice in a minute." I was like, "You know what? I haven't heard yours either." I said, "But it's good." And listen, I don't care what anybody says. It's 2020. And I don't know about the rest of you all, but I think I was a part of that generation where I have a great grandmother. And when I say had, meaning the things that she did for me as a kid.
You know what this feels like? It feels like a gay version of Spaceballs. Remember with the?
I'm going to finish my statement.
I'm sorry. Please finish your statement.
If I had a great grandmother growing
May the
up
Schwartz be with you.
that did lots of fun things with me, and I had a very one-on-one relationship with my grandmother, so I used to sit in the kitchen and watch her make stuff and laugh and joke with her.
Still,
and we
I'm
always
just trying
had
to get the
connections with her, so I appreciate that, and I was glad that we had a little bit of a conversation. We always do, because she'll call me every now and then.
Good.
And we chit-chatted, but I'm glad I had that. So I have one of those grandmothers that's a old school grandmother that has a relationship, and I'm good with it. So I appreciate her for that. But now.
Wait a minute.
Children's is something different.
Pause. Tyra Nicole Oliver talked all of this yiggity yang. And where was she on Sunday when we were making our re-debut?
So listen, Tyra Nicole, you are
still our girl,
one of my favorite
but
people. But I was really expecting to look out into that crowd to see you with a handful of ones. Tipping everybody,
right?
We didn't see you. We didn't see you at all. And so now you're tuning in. This is what I'm giving you now. Tell me, Tyra Nicole's on air.
Tyra Nicole's here.
What?
Look,
right.
I'm good.
But
So anyway,
we still on wave.
No,
Hi, Tyra, how you doing?
Hi.
How are you?
It's lovely to talk to you.
Good to see you. How was your week?
Me week. Me week was good. My week was pretty good. Everything went fine. I actually was happy with how these came out because when I first proposed the idea, I was like, girl, I'm just going to get some lampshades and I'm going to get some old plastic flowers and I'm going to make this week fabulous. It's going to be fabulous. Y'all was all looking at me like, no, I don't know.
To be clear, my exact words when he sent me a picture, I was like, that is a lot.
Right.
I was like,
because when you first saw it,
lot.
all you saw was just the flowers and stuff. And then when we actually painted these and, put the flowers in. Yes, it was a lot, but the wet pocketbooks is a lot.
Listen, the wet pocketbooks is a lot, but we had Wilhelmina Davenport show up.
Yes.
We had Ginger Ale show
Yes.
up. We had Whole Lotta Look show up.
Thank you. That is my solo. The wet pocketbooks
We did like Wu-Tang.
4 solo artists who perform together, and you are.
I am number 2.
Wilhelmina Davenport.
No,
I'm
Wilhelmina
sorry.
Davenport was.
Yes, that's right.
That's brother Special K.
Yes.
And Ginger Ale.
Ginger Ale was
Deviant.
Devon.
Right. And so I'm number 2. That's what I am for right now.
Number 2?
I have not.
You're number 2?
Yeah, I have not figured out what encompasses
Why?
all
Because
of
you're down
this.
with the shits?
I mean,
Right. And I am whole lot of look. That's capital HOE, capital LOTTA, capital LEWK. Whole lot of look. Thank you.
And there it is. So, but listen. Listen. I gotta give a shout out to our to one of the other wet pockets, Ginger Ale, for the 2020.
I will be posting them on Facebook Instagram and Facebook
But listen,
momentarily.
I'm still going to shout this out. For
yes,
those of you that
definitely.
didn't-
It
I'm
was
going to shout out
fabulous.
our Ginger Ale for their 2020 around the clock split.
Yes.
Listen, if you don't know nothing about it, listen.
It was
It was amazing.
praise. It was a hose praise dance.
I mean, that's just what we
So
do.
imagine a prostitute doing a praise dance. It was very that. And I mean that as a term of affection and endearment. So, all right. So yesterday, and there may be some news with Redacted Airlines in the coming weeks. So
Cool.
as you know, as things develop,
Keep the people posted.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, but as I get home, right, yesterday evening, some nakers have taken it upon themselves to dump 4 or 5 mattresses and box springs so next to my house is a vacant lot, right? So they put half of the mattresses and box springs on the other side of the tree, fully in the vacant lot. But the other half were like mostly in my yard. And so I was livid, but since I don't have cameras yet, didn't know what happened. So
Keyword, yeah.
yet. So I was just like, all right, I'll just gotta call fucking bulk trash, pick up and had it taken care of. Then my sister, Holisha look. No, she's somewhat of a look.
I'm
yes.
just going to go ahead and sip this little bit of tea right here.
She comes home and says, "Are you mad?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm mad." And I was like, now I gotta fucking call the blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, "Oh, so you're not mad at me?" I was like, "Why would I be mad at you?" "Well, so I saw something like out of the corner of my eye and I looked out the window and I thought I saw something moving and then I saw it, but I didn't have on any clothes, so I didn't really do anything. But I mean, it's all right." I was like, "What the fuck do you mean it's not all right?" And I was livid. I was mad at the situation, but madder at her that I was like, "So did you like yell?" I mean, yes, your titties was out and everything, but you could have poked your head out the door or something to be like, "Hey, you niggers, don't be throwing your shit in my yard," or take pictures.
This would have been a whole lot if we'd came back from the concert, be like, "Hey, get out of the yard!"
Or call the police or do something. And so I yelled at her and then I left. And then when I got back, I was like, "All right, I'm sorry for yelling at you." I think I pulled one of those. I pulled a Mrs. Garrett. I was sorry for my tone, but I'm not sorry for what I said.
Well, I mean, but there's truth in that statement.
Right.
Because, yes, I mean.
And so we talked, and then we also, then we started getting into, like, deeper shit. And so it both came out that we both have this fear of dying before the age of 50. Because that's when our mother died when she was 49. Or she was 50. She died in December 1999, and she had just turned 50 in April of 1999. So it turned out, as we were having this deep conversation, we both have this fear of dying before the age of 50. So it's just like, wow, how these things just sort of impact you. So
That's true.
But anyway, so other than that, my week was good. I'm looking forward to a wonderful weekend. The Pledges have their photo shoot.
That's right.
And
That's right.
My slave has consented to be the demo bottom for a scene at my house.
Okay.
So they'll get to see that situation.
Okay, all right. Shout out to Slave.
Azamak, yes.
Yeah.
And so that's that. So let's dive right into it because we got a lot to talk about. Where are we?
Yeah. So
Right.
first, I'm not sure if everybody's heard, but
Yes.
we just recently lost
Yesterday.
a legend. She's a
She
legend.
was a legend.
She was royalty, and she was a legend. Her name was Jeanette Dubois.
I thought it was Janae.
I've always heard it was Jeanette, but I'm
Whatever.
not sure how.
Walona from Good Times.
Walona from Good Times is she passed. So
Yeah. And you know what? I did not know that she sang the theme song to the Jeffersons.
So
I
remember
honestly did
hearing
not.
that.
I heard the song.
And
loved the song, but I did not know that she had.
No, I remember hearing
she
that, but I forgot
wrote
all
it
about it.
and performed it.
Yeah, I just forgot all about it. I was like, oh my gosh, you just like, oh yeah, whatever. And I was like, oh okay, I'm being reminded by everyone saying that she did that. But she was actually a very good theatrical classically trained actress as well.
Yes.
She did some other stuff, and Norman Lear, I think, founded her in a stage play, or found her in a stage play at some particular point. So she has a lot of depth behind her, and of course, she, as Walona, she was playing Penny's mama. So
Yes.
I've really enjoyed probably about 4 or 5 years ago seeing Janet and Jeanette together taking a picture, and it was so cute because I was like, oh my god, it was like, it was just really cute pictures of the two of them, and she actually seems like she really connects with her. Like every time I see Janet with her, her whole facial expression, her smiles are completely different. So I'm who knows what else they.
Well,
may have
but
talked about on
Janet's
stage.
face is sort of locked into that
No.
position.
She was actually playing her mother, so she's kind of, she has an intimate moment.
I'm just fucking with
You're
you.
trying. You're trying. You are trying. You are trying it with me
I
today.
am
Yes, you are.
trying
You are
it
trying it with
with
me. But we're not.
you
No. No.
today.
We're not going to
Yes,
do that.
I am.
No,
I
we're not.
am.
I am not
100%
accepting
am.
that.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's what we're doing. I'm not accepting that. But anyway, so it was a loss,
Okay.
and we are going to say goodbye to her.
Yes.
And we'll miss her. So we will see you on the other side.
Yes.
So, but we got lots of stuff to look at.
See you
right
at
here.
the cross.
Oof.
Sorry. All right. So anyway, woman who blackmailed and outed DL gay man shot and killed during traffic accident. So why don't you?
Listen, have you heard
I
about
had
this?
vaguely heard about it, but didn't really know much about it.
So there's this woman. Okay, let me back up. Here's the story. It was, as reported on Axios, a woman who was shot and killed in the traffic after blackmailing and outing a gay black man. Just hours before, she stated that if she died, it's them who killed her. So let me give you a little bit of background. Apparently, she walked in. She lived in Indianapolis,
Right.
And she walked in on this guy who she knew from years before and had business dealings with him, and even had a sexual relationship at one particular point in time. According to her video, she said all she did was he gave her head. So she was like, all right, whatever. She's like, I ain't really fucking with him like that, but they had other business dealings. So she went by his house for whatever reason, or went to whatever place was for whatever reason, and she wound up walking in on him and someone else, and they were fucking. So she immediately left out. And she was, she said, even in her video, that she was talking shit because the guy was like, I'm from whatever part of town, like Hoville or Hawville or whatever it was. And he was like, we from Hawville, whatever. And she was like, yeah, whatever. She's like, this is what's going to go on. You're either going to give me this money,
right.
I'm going
blackmailed.
to post this information. You have 1 hour or 2 hours to give me this money. And if you don't, then I'm going to go ahead and put this information on Facebook. Well, apparently, that time passed, and she put that information out on Facebook. Now, back to the story. The police have not yet confirmed the motive, but people who saw the event happen in real time said the woman went on social media and stated that the man she'd been seeing had an hour to pay her $5,000, or she was going to reveal a secret about him. After the time passed, she took to social media and exposed that the man was gay, and she caught him having sex with his cousin. So she then went live to continue outing them, and then saying that one of the men already tried to kill her once before. So the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police officers responded to the scene near Lafayette Road and 30th Street before 10 a.m. after an officer in the area reported hearing multiple shots fired and then a crash. So the police arrived to find 4 cars crashed, and the woman from the video and social media post was found suffering from a gunshot wound. She was taken to a hospital where she later died. So listen. No information on who else was there, what other car happened, like whether any other people at the scene. We don't know. But again, this video that was put out, and how she identified that particular person. Listen, if you did not shoot her and kill her, I hope you have a good lawyer and a good alibi. That's all I can say.
I mean, you said he already tried to kill you once. So
yeah, one of them tried to kill me once.
How did you think? What did you think? Listen, I'm not suggesting that it was cool to kill somebody, but if you already know somebody crazy, probably the best thing to do is not provoke them by posting their shit online and then threatening to sue them. Plus, that's some broke maker shit.
Listen,
$5,000.
And on top of that,
$5,000. That's all you asked for is $5,000.
She was probably thinking about her
supposed
crowd.
to do some shit right. You supposed to do something that makes them be like, oh.
She was probably working with her crowd and knew that was probably a stretch for him at the time.
I guess.
But listen, here's the other thing. Now, I watched her video or piece of it because it's like a 15-minute video. Mm-hmm. Now, I am never going to sit back and say that anyone deserves to be killed.
Right.
But what I will say is be careful of how you talk to people and what you say to them and the way in which you talk to them. Because if somebody came around and said something like that about her video, I'm not going to say I can't see it, but I just feel bad that that's the last thing that you actually have on screen of somebody about yourself. I don't know.
If the only thing that y'all did was he went down on you, it wasn't like you were in a relationship with this person by her own words. So what was the whole point of this? I'm not saying it would have been been better, but it might have been more understandable if this was like your boyfriend or your husband. You know what? So you know what? Mind your business.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the long and short of it. I think the long and short of it is mind your goddamn business. If it has nothing to do with you, it has nothing to do with you. Now, if, like you said, boyfriend, relationship, y'all still fucking, I can see how you might have a cause for concern just for, I don't know, let's just say, STIs or whatever that may be. Not about the gay part, but just about like, okay, we doing whatever we doing, and whatever.
And this is just this whole world star. I want to immediately go and get my little 10 minutes of fame.
But you gonna blackmail somebody? Like what? You're blackmailing somebody? Like really? Like and then on top of that, $5,000?
And you put that shit online. So unless you had pictures of them actually fucking, it was your word against his.
Yeah. And so that's slander.
And whether he was fucking his cousin or not, you definitely was guilty of blackmail.
Yeah, that's slander.
So all he needed to
at this particular point, since it's on film and
probably.
So I mean,
but at a minimum, all he had to do was present that video to the police and say this chick tried to blackmail me.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm sad for her family and for all involved, and we lost a life, but I don't know.
I'm sorry for the 3 other people in their cars that got involved in this foolishness, but
yeah, that's a lot. I mean, my heart goes out to
this was a 100% avoidable situation.
Yeah, yes, it was. But anyway.
So all right. So
on to more foolishness.
George Zimmerman announces that he's suing Pete Buttigieg and Elizabeth Warren for $265 million. So, according to the Washington Times, Zimmerman is accusing the Democrats of maliciously defaming him by using the killing of Martin as a pretense to demagogue. Oh, this is a quote. Quote, maliciously defaming him by using the killing of Martin as a, quote, pretext to demagogue and falsely brand Zimmerman as a white supremacist and racist to their millions of Twitter followers. The obvious intent of Buttigieg and Warren's tweets is alleged race betting in an attempt to draw African-American votes during this Democratic presidential primary season, said Tea Party gadfly lawyer Larry Klayman. He continued that both defendants, Buttigieg and Warren, are alleged in the complaint to have acted with actual malice, as it was widely known that Zimmerman was acquitted of murder based on self-defense. And it should also note that in 2019, Zimmerman filed a $100 million lawsuit against Martin's family, newspaper publishers, and prosecutors in the case for defamation and alleging a cover-up. Zimmerman allegedly threatened Beyonce over a documentary about the slaying of Martin.
I'm not even getting ready to put more gas to this situation or no more fuel for this. But George Zimmerman, listen, as Huggy Live It Out says, bitch, you are the Bama of the week. That's just where I'm at.
Bama for life.
Yeah, like you just poop, and I'm going on to
So
the next
fuck this
subject.
dude. All right.
So
I want to skip this and come back to this and then say recent study finds that 1 in 30 people poop in the shower.
waffle stomping, yes.
Apparently it's called waffle stomping. I've never heard of this.
I haven't either. I was like, oh my god.
Because
And
when
I'm
you
like-
posted that on the Facebook tease for the day, I was like, what the fuck is waffle stomping?
So waffle stomping is when you actually are in the shower and you actually take a poop, bowel movement, defecate in the shower, and you take your foot and you push down and push it into the grate to make the bowel movement, fecal matter, turd go down the drain.
But is this supposed to be like a thing?
It is an actual thing, and they said.
But I mean, I get that people are doing it, but by giving it are we saying this is like some sort of a kink or fetish, or people just too lazy to get out the shower,
listen,
or
I don't even. So listen,
or somewhere in that middle.
So first of all, listen, everybody call in if you have comments about this, but it's 240-719-2560. One more again, 240-719-2560. So if you are a waffle stomper, if you are a waffle stomper, please call in because we're trying to get some more information. We're trying to be educated. We're trying to educate the people and be educated at the same time.
Yes.
So I'd like to get some more information about the waffle stomp.
And you know, you can be anonymous or
you don't have to
give an
identify
alias
yourself.
or something.
Yeah, you can if you want to identify yourself as pecan butter pecan syrup or whatever,
Right,
or butter for the
Waffle House.
Yeah, Waffle House, Pancake House, whatever you want to do. I mean, that's fine.
Right.
Original pancake, whatever
Belgian,
you want to do.
You know, and some European guy calls in, "Hello, I am Belgian waffle."
Yeah, like whatever you
So,
want to
you
do.
know, whatever. So this weekend was the Leatherman, Leatherwoman, and Leather Legacy contest. So there were some interesting things that happened. So both the Leatherman of color, the current Leatherman of color, and the current Leatherwoman of color gave very powerful speeches, and I shall just leave it at that.
That's what we're doing.
What the fuck am I supposed to say?
I mean, but that's what we do. We just said very powerful speeches.
I mean, I'm not gonna put nobody else's business out there in the street like that because I don't have. I mean,
no.
I mean, there were allegations made against the producers, but I have nothing.
Let me be clear. I am not accusing one person or another of anything.
Right.
But I'm just.
Listen,
to state
we maketh,
the facts.
we maketh not the news, we merely reporteth.
Right, and then the fact, some of the facts are that there were accusations made,
Yes.
and I found myself.
It was a
on the edge
powerful
of my seat.
Right, it was a powerful
While it was happening.
speech, but I watched the speech from the audience because I saw people live streaming it and everything, and I was like,
Yeah.
girl, I'm not going to be in the background
I just
of this.
found it very powerful, and I'm sitting here like,
Yeah. So, there are lessons to be learned
Yes.
for those who want to produce contests in the future about any number of things. So, as part of that, there were also some demonstrations, and our brother Volt did.
wait a minute. Can we just go back? First of all, congratulations.
Oh yes,
the
to
new
Lee Hill,
Leatherman
Leatherman of Color,
2020.
2020.
Lee
Who?
Hill.
Let me be clear. Sometimes people say, "Oh, there was
From
only one."
Pittsburgh.
There was only one contestant. But let me tell you, the way that Lee presented himself, the
yeah.
answers that he gave to his questions, he 100% deserved that title, and I think he will make an excellent representative for that color, that title, and a worthy successor to Jack Thompson.
Yes, I'm here for it. So
Yeah.
you have support and love and everything that you need coming from us. So whatever you need, we will definitely reach out to you because I think you're going to do amazing things for this year. So,
Yes.
and we will all keep it always about fun all the time.
Always.
Yeah.
So there were some classes. There was an interrogation class
I'm not sure who taught that.
with Mason
Derulo?
Derulo. No, not just Jason Derulo. Mason Daru, I think his
Daru,
name
okay.
is. And then there was some other one on Cigar Play. But we were caught up.
Yes.
Because we were watching our brother Volt do a toy and ass play session with
Lil
Magic. Let me
Lil
tell you
Magic.
how Magic turned it out. So you've seen those big, huge alien-shaped dildos.
Lil
and
Magic.
He just shoved that whole thing up.
Lil
He
Magic.
just said, and then they had a plug that was shaped like an actual baby.
Lil,
And he shat the baby back out. And I was just sitting like,
Lil Magic, listen, you will go down in history. Listen, like Rudolph
It
ain't
was
got nothing.
wonderful.
It was Lil Magic, and I had to laugh for just a hot second because our brother was sitting there trying to struggle and get this one toy in there, and for a second he kind of slipped,
Right.
and Magic pushed it back out. But I thought he was going to go in
Right.
at first, and I was like, "Oh my god, whoa!" But everybody was good. Everybody was good.
yes.
So-
And then that was followed up by our brother Lynx doing a scene with Fireplay with Rago. So that was lovely, just lovely. Then the next day, there was also a play party afterward, which I was tired. I'd been there all day, so
Yeah.
we went to Cracker Barrel and
Which was
got sat by a black white girl. You know, if you live like in a big city, everybody knows at least one black white girl. It's a white girl. But if you close your eyes and no one tells you that this person is white, you would swear you was talking to Quita.
right. She's that one white girl that grew up in the projects, and so
Right.
she black, and she has this.
Or even if she didn't go in the projects per se, she definitely grew up around a lot of black people.
She grew up in the
like almost exclusively around black people because her mannerisms, the way she carries herself, and she's always got that black white girl haircut.
It's back in the ponytail because she don't know what to do with it.
Right.
That's what it was. So whatever.
Because her hair won't hold,
She don't hold a cut. She can't get an asymmetrical
she can't
inverted
get
bob.
exactly. She
She can
can't
get the-
she can't
can I
do an
speak to the
Anita
manager?
Baker
Haircut,
right. She
but
can
she can't
she can get the Anita Baker look, but it won't last.
Right. She got a lot of hairspray and everything else to give her
Right,
in there.
right,
Yeah,
right. But listen, we love her to death.
Yeah, she,
And so anyway, Black White Girl was over the whole evening at Cracker Barrel because black people apparently had come in and just was acting crazy. So, but yeah, so that was fun. And then the next day we went to Night Shift, which is a lovely little gay bar underneath the overpass in Baltimore, and that is not an insult at all. It's in a lovely location.
It is.
And it's a cute little spot, and the Wet Pocketbooks performs. We did a warm-up number. We did nighttime. Nighttime. The song's actually called "Nighttime Is the Right Time."
Is it that way? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Nighttime is the right time.
But night and day. From
Ray Charles,
the song from the Cosby Show with Lil Rudy, baby.
Right.
Yeah, everyone knows that one. And so then, but our actual main group number is the classic.
Well,
We got to do Proud Mary. Proud Mary is just, the classic. And then, we all
they
did.
tried to sabotage us though with that different.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, sometimes, different karaoke places have different ones. But listen,
But
we
we
are
are
all professionals. So, we made it work. And then ginger ale.
Listen again.
Excuse me, ginger ale. Excuse me, that's capital JEN, capital JERR, capital ELLE, ginger ale.
Right. Ginger ale again did this split around the clock work.
Yeah, the song, she loves me, he loves me.
Lizelle and E flat.
Oh yeah, that's the same. Yeah, Lizelle and E flat by Jill Scott. And he did an interpretive dance, including a chair that was on wheels, and he did this 360-degree thing. Oh, it was beautiful.
And a whole lot of look came out with. Whole lot of look came through with this fur and these glasses and this look and this attitude. And when I say whole lot of look hit the stage and the light hit her, she said, "You can play with my pussy, but don't play with my emotions." I said, "Come on, whole lot of look."
And I've always wondered. I was like, how can you remember to take the money and sing at the same time? But it just came naturally. I was like, you pay my pussy, but don't play my emotions or my money.
Right. Just keep giving it. Keep giving it.
So,
keep going.
I mean, we ain't made like a ton of money, but I made like $15.
Wilhelmina Davenport came through, though.
Wilhelmina came through with
Wilhelmina
a
came
fucking
through.
blue or purple leather coat and
Purple? Am I colorblind? Oh, my God.
I thought it was purple.
I
It was either blue or purple.
I don't know, but anyway, yeah, she came
And
through. Yeah. And there's the rhinestone.
a rhinestone captain's
Yes.
cap, and did what was it? Donna Summer.
Yes. Donna Summer, was it Last Dance?
Last Dance. Yes.
So Last Dance. And drank a beer at the same time.
And number 2 came through with a beautiful rendition of Beyonce. What song was that by Beyonce?
Dangerously.
Dangerously. Let me tell you, when I tell you number 2 was emoting good, he was giving you all of the emotion. And then we also did a couple of other numbers, you know.
And the stripper.
I just took so there were 2 strippers, Light something. What was this?
Pup
Indigo.
Pup Indigo, and I don't know the young gentleman's name, but he was a cutie though.
Oh yeah, they were both cute.
He was cutie, yeah. They were both cute, but he was a cutie.
And we had to
shout out to Anita.
Anita, yes, who's one of the
Shift.
main managers
Yes.
at Night Shift. So he was lovely, and he sang beautifully.
Yes.
Also, it was hosted by DNK Sound. So
Yes,
DNK
Sounds,
both sounded beautiful.
And they always do great.
And then we did, a group number. We did Family for
Oh, my
Dream
God.
Girls, and Lee.
It was a lot.
Leatherman of Color, because this was a celebration party for
Yes.
Leatherman of Color, and Lee, because we were essentially singing to him.
Yes.
And
Yes.
he just lost it, and it was beautiful, but in a beautiful way.
It was a powerful moment.
It was
because
a
you
very
have all these
powerful-
people actually singing here, singing to
singing,
you.
we are a family, like a giant tree branching out for the sky.
Right.
And so it was like a beautiful moment.
It was.
So that was
it
really,
Was. It was really good.
yeah. So that turned out to be really nice. So now, it's Black History Month.
Yes.
So the last 2 weeks of Black History Month, we're going to talk about music. Next week, we're going to hit hip hop and R&B because, we could spend the whole show just on that.
I mean.
So today, we're going to talk about
we
house
ratchet
music,
like that.
jazz,
We
and
ratchet
gospel.
like that.
So let's start with house music.
Okay. So,
House music all night long.
Right.
Say what?
So it's kind of hard for me to narrow down.
It is. I mean, all of these things, the choices are hard because it's not
And
like
lots
there's
of
only.
them y'all don't even know the damn names of the songs. I just know the
Right.
beat. Like there's one song, I swear to God, for any person that's a house music fan, and when I say house music fan, meaning that you are a club kid in the era of Tracks and The Edge and even the Warehouse and the Shelter, it sounds like Christmas decorations in a box falling down steps.
Yes.
I don't ever knew the name of the damn song, but it's like ding, 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 ding. I never knew the name of the song.
We'll figure it out. It'll show up in the song, and then you'll
like, oh my God,
Shazam it and
right.
be like, there we go.
But anyway, so some of the people that I can think of for house music for me, Masters at Work, I love them, and
Yes.
pretty much anything they touch, I pretty much like. One of my favorites that they've touched was the Ha.
Of course.
Right. So which is one, in the ballroom scene. So that was one of my favorites. And then another classic for me is Dendada by George Krantz, which
Yes.
actually is a jazz song,
Yes.
but just kind of translated over in that way. And then Masters at Work redid that as well.
Yes. And then Kevin Aviance did that too.
Yes, Kevin Aviance. Yes, shout out to Kevin Aviance for coming out to. We had him at Code Red. Was it 2 years ago? Yeah.
Last year.
Last year, yeah. So, and then another one of my favorite songs is by the Out There Brothers. I wanna fuck you in the ass. So anyway, what else? And Roman Anthony, Bring You Up. Roman Anthony is one of those people like house music.
But that's like the only song by his that I like. Or that's the only one that I even really know about.
Right, but a lot of it you don't even know it's him. But that's one of my favorites by him though. But that's some good house music for me. And like I said, there's other stuff I just can't even think of the name. Fly Life was another one by Basement Jaxx.
All right, producer. So now we're gonna play
everything.
a few tracks. So you gotta get me ready, producer. Hello. Yeah. Here we go. All right. So let's see. The first one. Hold on. We gotta wait for. Come on. Wait for the. 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on, there you go. All right, so who's next? Everyone knows that one. Then just
I wasn't finished. I was just getting into the groove. I was just starting to get all excited.
then there's "Take Me Higher."
Come on, take
This
me
is
higher.
it's by the name of the artist is Vanessa Mitchell.
But it's a remake of
This is the Steve Silk Hurley remix.
Okay.
Which is like the definitive
Steve Silk Hurley's
mix of
a
the song.
phenomenal DJ.
Right. And then of course there is the 5-minute Steve Silk Hurley remix. Then there's the extended 13 minutes and 16 second mix, you know, so there's that one. The- All right, so that is Release Your Mind by the MAS Collective. That's actually the remix. This is the Spirit dub by DJ Spin and Charisma. So some of the best songs are like cute songs by themselves, but then Spin and Charisma get it, or Silk Hurley gets it, or somebody else gets it, and it turns it into like a whole different thing. But then, you know, I am a black gay man, so nothing gets me excited more than fat black women hollering over beats.
Listen.
The shelter! Oh, he's a shelter! All right, I can't play too much because, you know, they be trying to get us. So, you know, a lot of my favorite house tracks are gospel house. I like bitch tracks like Cunty.
Yes.
And When Are We Gonna Fuck?
Yeah. What are we going to
Oh, well, yeah, I gotta play that one. but and so I like that, and then I also love good old fashioned gospel house music. So where are we? Come on.
Octopussy.
Ha! Okay, here we go.
I have got a girl
Whose pussy is so good, if you threw it in the air, it would turn into sunshine.
If I throw her, 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 if I throw my pussy in the air, if I throw my pussy in the air, if I throw my pussy in the air, in the air, in the air, it will turn, 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 it will turn
Into sunshine.
It will turn, it will turn,
It will turn, it will turn, it will turn.
All right, where were we?
it will turn.
Into sunshine.
All right, so jazz.
So, I have one of my favorite songs all time is Nina Simone, "Feeling Good,"
Yeah, I don't think I have that one.
and also Nina Simone, "Sea Lion Woman,"
Yes,
because
I've heard that one, but I don't have
borders
it.
the edge for me of house music as well.
Okay.
And a lot of my favorite songs that have been remixed on a particular album called Verve Remixed, I love. Ella Fitzgerald, "Summertime," always a classic and a standard for me. And also, Miss Motherfucking Ella Fitzgerald singing Airmail Special, the live version.
Yes. She has another one called Smooth Sailing. Booby-doo-doo-doo-doo.
I don't think I've heard that
Yeah.
one. I gotta pay attention.
All right, so
But those are my favorites.
here's another one. Candy. Why I call my sugar candy. All right. That was also from the Cosby Show.
Oh yeah.
Remember that time when Claire broke her leg?
Yes, and she
And she
playing
was
with
on the
chair
sofa
dancing,
and they
yeah.
did doing like the chair. Yeah,
Yeah,
so that
chair
was
dancing,
cute. And then, so of course, you know, all the rest are Ella Fitzgerald. So Miss Otis Regrets. Basically, Miss Otis Regrets is about a woman who can't come to her. I think it's her maid is sending her regrets that Miss Otis can't come to dinner because she caught her husband cheating, and she shot him and the other dude, and now they're hanging her in the town square. Oh yeah, it's very dark. It's very dark.
Well, okay. I mean, that's like strange fruit, but okay.
Yes.
I mean, like, all right.
And then Mr. Paganini.
I don't think I know Mr. Paganini.
And if you can't sing it, you simply have to. Ooh, you are.
And then, of course, my absolute favorite. This might actually be the title of my autobiography.
Oh yeah.
Gotta. Your lips were like a red and ruby chalice, warmer than the summer.
You playing on my hair. You on my hair. You on my hair. You're in my hair.
The clouds were like an hour. Okay, there we go. All right, so
Which is the name of the song is
Midnight Sun.
Yeah, there
So,
we
I love music that tells a good story and has good lyrics. That's why I don't like a lot of shit.
that I regret. I gotta listen to this now. Like I'm really.
Oh, yeah, so, all right.
Send
here
me
you
send me well, I'm looking for the name of it. But no, go ahead because you can't play it.
Miss And so a lot of these songs come from Ella did she used to there was some original stuff that she wrote, but a lot of what she did was covers. So like there's the Count Basie songbook, the Cole Porter songbook, the this songbook, the that. And so I have the entire 16 CD songbook by Ella Fitzgerald that I
Okay.
love. So all right, so now time to go to church. So, gospel music.
All right. So, for me, it's usually the live versions of stuff that take me over. The first one that took me over was Yolanda Adams, Let Us Worship Him, where she did it live in D.C. and so, let us worship Him, worship Him, worship Him.
Her live version of Mary Don't You Weep from Aretha's funeral. Oh, I downloaded that shit. That's
Okay.
like in my rotation.
Okay, so yeah. Karen Clark Sheard does a version of Jill Scott's song He Loves Me with Kiara Sheard. And it's amazing. Karen Clark Sheard also does another song with Kiara Sheard called The Will of God, where she has her following her and stuff. Amazing. And believe it or not, Faith Evans has a song that I love called "Keep the Faith," which is on her album, but it's not really R&B, but it is gospel. And then Smokey Norfolk, "I Need You Now." I'm done.
Yes.
Because I'm done.
So, if you haven't already, it should be on DVD now. It might be on Amazon. Or it's either on Amazon Prime or Netflix. Bless Your Life by watching Amazing Grace.
Is it? I'm trying
The documentary of the making of Aretha Franklin's gospel album of the same name, Amazing Grace. Because it's so funny because if you know that album inside out, you'll see how like stuff that's in the movie is not on the album and stuff that's on the album is not in the movie, so you'll see how that whole thing looks. And also when what's her name?
I know
not
who you're
Kiki
talking
Shepard.
about. No, not Kiki Shepard. She was another gospel singer.
She looked kind of like LaWanda Page, just like a big, beautiful black woman, but she was like a Clara Ward,
And the Ward singer.
Let me tell you. So the funniest part of the movie, because the movie isn't funny at all, but the funniest part of the movie is when, so like the first night, it was kind of like warm up. So they had like, it was all just like the people that went to that church.
Okay.
And, like people that knew about it. But so it was like a packed house. But on the second day, it was like Hollywood and gospel music stars. Like her father, Reverend C.L. Franklin, was in the audience. Mick Jagger was in the audience. This was like in 1972 or whatever. So Mick Jagger was in the audience. And then Clara Ward was there. So Clara, and you see it, she's standing in the back, right? And he says, and what's the pastor's name?
C.L. Franklin.
No. C.L. Franklin was her father.
Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't actually watched Amazing Grace and God knows how long.
James Cleveland, because it was James Cleveland's church.
Okay.
And he sang with her choir. She sang with his choir and
Gotcha.
him, because he had a beautiful voice. So he says in that sort of lispy voice, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Clara Ward. And, so she's standing in the back, like, waving and, like, making this slow procession. And people are like, bitch, hurry up and get in your seat so we can get back to this Aretha Franklin concert. And she was like, so that's how we carrying it today? Oh, okay.
Wait, not with the...
Right, I guess I'll go sit down now.
I gotta go sit down?
right.
all
I guess
I'm
I'll go sit down. But I am sitting in the front row, right? And she was sitting in the front row. But it was still just like, it was like if someone had said, ladies and gentlemen, Beyonce. And people had been like, come on, Beyonce, hurry up and sit down now because we're about to hear this concert. We got to keep it moving. Come on.
Right.
So it was kind of like that. So, all right. So my favorites.
Miss Aretha Franklin.
See, this is my grandmother in church on a
Listen,
Sunday.
that's that whole coming in procession. And then that one person that don't come to rehearsal that do the wrong step, you be like, I told your ass.
You had one job.
Told your ass.
One job.
You
And it's
were
on
supposed to
two
go
steps.
left, right, and then when the beat changed, you were supposed to go left, and then right. Get her ass out this choir.
Then all of a sudden the camera just goes off of her and she's like,
Right. And then you don't never see her ass no more. You are out the senior choir. You are out the show choir.
turn in your white gloves.
You can perform with the senior choir. You cannot perform with the show choir because you don't know how to act.
Turn in your white gloves in your choir room.
And then, so there's, and
Please
then
make
there's,
sure you dry clean it first.
then there's also the one who shows out little too much when they catch the spirit. And you're like, girl.
Like, we don't need you to catch it.
This is,
Pull it back in.
this is a live concert, honey.
Wait. And you're the choir director. Got his back to everybody. And he's like this. Like, yeah. In front.
This bitch don't
Clara.
Clara, sit her ass
You
down.
behind me.
Sit her ass down.
Your ass down.
Listen, I've been in the choir and seen the choir director literally say, sit your ass down.
Like, don't you move. Don't you stand right there. You better not jump, roll, dive, nothing. Stand your ass right there.
Your ass down. And then, of course,
Amazing grace.
Not the chewing it down.
How sweet.
but then when she actually hits those high notes at the end, you just like,
Listen.
it's like she hits a note, right? And you're like, God, that note is incredible.
But then
and
she
then
climbs up
she
from there.
climbs up and you're like,
Aretha's voice was amazing.
amazing. And
It
you
was
just
absolutely amazing.
and I feel like a lot of people only knew her as like, I save a little prayer for you, which is cute. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, no,
Those are wonderful.
the hoe could sing.
People that wasn't from, like white people and black people that didn't go to church or whatever, or wasn't from Detroit, didn't really know her as a gospel artist. And she showed
her
out.
ass
That album, that Amazing Grace album from 1972, is still literally the best-selling gospel album of all time. Still, after all of this time.
For some reason, I thought it was what's her face, the Maddie Moss Clark and all them. But I mean, I'm not no shade.
I recall. I could be wrong. I thought it was.
Yeah.
Then, so we all know this one. Come on, you gotta get that. The whole head be moving. And then when you get to the part where it's like, and you're supposed to, and then this is what gets you put out the choir, because when you get to the breakdown, you are supposed to go from, and then they fuck it all up,
and you all going around,
and everybody is like, oh. See, I told you she wasn't ready for the senior choir. I told you she wasn't ready. But no, that's Pastor Cousin. So she got to be in the choir.
There's always some woman that will pass out and lose her damn hat,
right,
scarf, and or wig, and laying there on the ground like, oh, no.
All right, so let's see, where are we on time?
So we have like 2-3 minutes.
Oh, we got 4 more minutes. So I got plenty of other gospel music. Daryl Coley, he's preparing me. I had Jesus Never Fails. Jesus Never Fails is like a 27-minute long song, and like you just live for it the entire time.
Do a whole church service for the
right. I'll just listen to like 6 gospel songs. Just be like, well, that's why I just had church, so I'm good.
Yeah.
I had a talk with God last night with this little boy that's like, I had a talk. And everybody like, gone, Damon. Gone. Damon is just weighing it out. No, he's wonderful.
I'm sure he is, but y'all sit your ass down.
And then the Lord brought us out.
Afterwards.
So, but then, since I grew up in the D.C. metro area, we can't talk about black music without talking about go-go music. I still remember going to the Capitol Center in 1987. That's when a show was a show. You could see, so it was Essence. It was like 10 bands, because it was like a 6-hour concert, like literally. It was Rare Essence, Chuck Brown, EU, and...
Are we talking about a gospel concert or a
No, we're talking about go-go music.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
This was at the Capitol Center.
Okay.
So it was all of those three. It was Rare Essence, Chuck Brown, and EU, plus Salt and Pepper, Heavy D and the Boys, Dougie Fresh. So it was like a whole. And
first of all,
it was $27 to see all of those motherfuckers
because
in 1987. Now, I mean, we're going to see Janet Jackson.
Yes.
To see just Janet Jackson. And
it was 10 times.
Is there even like a opening act?
No.
Right, so just to see Janet Jackson is $250. But when for $27, we could see all. Now, you might not know those local go-go groups, but in 87, Heavy D and the Boys, Dougie Fresh, and Salt and Pepper,
yep.
all of them groups for $27.
I took my little cousin to see that concert, and that was her first concert going, and I was
That was my first concert. My first concert. I took Somewhat of a Look to see the Jets. Her and her best friend Nettary to see the Jets, and I was so mad. Exactly. I'm like, motherfucker. Anyway, so as we wrap this up, so I got plenty of go-go songs that I like, but this is always the favorite. We're going to do this at the ML one year. This is going to be the walk-in.
Good church music.
So you got to be ready. Kick on the drop. There you go. All right, so let's wrap it up. This shit is hot. All right. Woo! All right, now you see behind the mask. All right. The BGKH show streams live on Wednesdays on www.voxwave.com from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern and 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific. Episodes are available on YouTube every Friday. Search for Vox Power 373 and look for the BGKH show with Dominion and Epic. You can also catch us on SoundCloud as well as iTunes. So, currently, we are able to host a small but enthusiastic in studio audience. And if you can't be in, look, small but enthusiastic.
Right,
See, there
just
we go.
right.
And if you can't be in the audience, you can call us at 240-719-2560. One more time, 240-719-2560. So, Epic, how can the kids get in contact with you?
Children, you can reach me on Facebook if you search for me under Epic Onyx. You can also reach me on Instagram at I am Epic Onyx. You can also find me on Twitter at Epic Onyx1. And how can they reach you?
You can reach me by railway. You can reach me by trailways. You can reach me on Twitter and Instagram at Dom Onyx and on Facebook at facebook.com/DomOnyx.
We're going to work on that timing just a little bit there. Just a little bit, just a slight. Just a
iambic pentameter.
Right,
You
just
gotta
a
get
little-
it together. And lastly, you can reach me on www.domonyx.com, where you can find, once I start writing again, my weekly column, Dominion's Opinion, and you can catch I've written like 150,000 words for Dominion's Opinion, so there's lots of opinions to catch up on, as well as my book, Alex and Alonzo, which will soon star one beautiful silver-haired devil. So, thank you all
I'm here for that. I'm here for
Thank
that.
you all for coming. He's
I'm here for that.
He's a perennial spinster, but he's still the star. All right, so thank you all for coming out. God bless you and good night. Goodbye. Mwah.